Hello, technology world. This is your host, Gabriel Smith, and today this webcast is going to be about protecting your WordPress site from spammers and trolls. Now, the scope of this webcast is going to be limited to my experience, and I've only been using WordPress for about 3 or 4 weeks, so there's not much experience there. If someone comes along and offers you a different opinion, and they have experience, you definitely want to listen to them before you listen to me. Now, the intended audience is anyone who's used WordPress or who wants to start using WordPress, as well as anyone that has a significant amount of experience with defending their WordPress site from spammers and trolls. If you have experience defending your website from these villains, definitely respond to this video. Definitely either send an email, post a comment, or send a video response. Some of you may know I started a website some time ago, UnixSystemResources.com or UnixSystemResources.com, which is basically a technology site that offers my opinion on technology news and so on and so forth. I also do a heavy amount of how-to and instructional and informational videos in the Unix realm. So that's that. Now, when I started my website, the first thing I noticed is that I got a lot of comments, and I was really excited that people would be this interested in my website. But when I started to read through the comments, I got disappointed because I noticed the comments were basically gibberish. The only thing that really made sense were the links in the comments. I'm like, why would they just type, all this garbage and then put a legitimate link in there? What's going on? So after a little research and a little reading, I found that, and I'm not going to go too deep in this because I can't, because I don't have the experience with Google ranking. I don't know that much about it. I just did a little light reading on Google ranking. So apparently what happens is that anytime someone clicks your website gets a bump up in rank. So what some people have started to do is that they've started to go to other folks' website and link their website into the other person's website. And what this does is that anyone that is reading a website with heavy traffic, they're going to unwittingly click this bogus comment. They're going to unwittingly click the link in the bogus comment, and it's going to redirect them somewhere else. So what that's actually doing, that's actually bumping up, that bogus link is actually bumping up that person's Google ranking. And just, again, the Google ranking dictates where your website appears whenever someone does a Google search. So if you make a website about shoes and someone does a Google search on shoes, and if many people have clicked your website, then your website is going to be one of the first 2 websites on that page, right? So, so that's the gist of it. So, long story though, people are going around. I don't know if they're using software to do this. It seems like they could be using spam software to do this, and they're going around using robot software. They're doing it manually to basically respond to your website in a comment and put a link of their website there. That's a spammer. Stealth spammers are basically people who are intelligent enough to do this so they slip on your radar. Just to give you an example, I mentioned a shoe website. Well, what actually happened to me is that I got a comment that says, "I love your website. The design is beautiful, and I love the content." And then they had a link of their website in the comment. And I was like, what a nice person. This person is so nice. Let me go ahead and click their website and see what their website is all about. Maybe we can get some type of partnership going on and all that. And I just basically fell in love with this person because they appeared to be the only non-spammer. Well, when I clicked their website, it was a website about shoes. And it made me think, what in the world made this person come to my website? My website has nothing to do about shoes. So, this is a stealth spammer. In my opinion, that's a stealth spammer. I don't think they were genuine when they gave me all those kudos about my website. I don't think they were genuine. They just wanted to get a link of their shoe website onto my website. So stealth spammers are people who are going to try to slip through your radar by either posting nice comments or by posting comments that seem to be related or seem to acknowledge your content so they can slip by your radar. Basically, you want to deal with these people the same way you deal with any other spammer. Trolls. Long story though, I haven't had any experience with trolls with my website, but I do have experience with trolls as I have been posting on the internet for some time now. But basically, a troll is someone who basically wants your energy. They'll post a negative comment about you. They'll say something bad about you. Anything they can do to get your attention, they're going to do it. So I lump these creatures in the same bucket that I put spammers and stealth spammers, because you would deal with them in about the same way. Fortunately, WordPress has some defense mechanisms for dealing with spammers, stealth spammers, and trolls. Number one, you can block comments on any new articles. Number two, you can force users to register and log in before posting any comments. Number three, you can receive an email anytime someone posts a comment on your website. And number four, you can hold all comments in queue if they have a link in them. So with all that said, let's just take a really quick look at WordPress here. So obviously, you want to make sure that you have an email address set up so that you can receive notification anytime someone posts something on your site, and you set that up on the users. And as you can see, I'm the only user on my website and I have my email address set up. One of the things that you want to keep in mind when you do this, you want to go to your email bin. You want to wait until you get your first comment so you see what it looks like, and you want to use that first comment as a rule so that you can make sure that all these comments go to a particular folder so that you don't flood your own email box with comments from your website, with spam from your website. Now, okay, so if you want to see the settings, you go to, if you want to see what defense mechanisms you have at your disposal, you click on settings and then you go to discussion. Now, in the interest of time, I'm not going to go through all these, but if you're setting up a website for the first time, this is something you want to consider before you go live. I repeat, if you are setting up your website for the first time, this is something you want to review before you go live. If you already have a website and you're having problems with spammers, trolls, and stealth spammers, you want to go to settings, in discussions in the settings. Now, the other thing you need to be aware of, if you have a problem with spammers and it's causing your host provider problems, they're going to shut you down. So let's just quickly take a look at some of the things that you can select. Comment moderation. So basically, I've elected to hold a comment in queue if it contains more than one link. Now, you can adjust the number of links to be held. If you can adjust the comment to be held if it contains a certain amount of links, but I chose one link simply because I don't want people trying to slip by I don't want spammers trying to slip by simply by putting more than like 5 links of their website, so that I wouldn't moderate their comment. So if you put one link in a comment, I'm going to review it. And another thing that I have selected is comment author must have a previously approved comment. I'm actually going to uncheck that, simply because, now here's the thing, I want some attention. I don't want to make it difficult for people to post comments on my site. I know that when I used to post in a lot of forums and post comments on pages, if it was too difficult, if I had to create an account, if I had to sign in, I just wasn't interested. It could have been something that I saw and it caught my attention for a little while, and I may have had something witty to say. But if I have to go through this rigmarole to post a comment, I'm not even interested. So I've chosen to be a little less restrictive here. Other things, if you want to be less restrictive because you're starting off, you definitely want to have email whenever anyone posts a comment. A comment is held for moderation. You want to see emails, moderations, and like I said, you want to set up your email ban. You want to, if you want to be less restrictive, you want to make sure you don't check comment author must fill out name and email. And obviously, if you want to stop trolls, this is something that you probably could do. Another thing you can check is users must be registered and logged in the comment, which I mentioned before. And you can allow people to post comments on any new articles. Now, you can, if you notice down here, you can't really see it, but it says these sentences may be overwritten for individual articles. So I want to make sure that anytime I produce an article or a post, that people can post comments on it. But there may be a specific page that you want to make sure people don't comment on. The way to do that is that if you go to the article in question and you click on it, there's a box that says discussion, and you click that, uncheck that, so that people can't comment on that particular article, be it a page or a post. Now, I want to tell you something. This little section, the discussion section, wasn't there before. In order to get this section to pop up, you have to play around with WordPress. And I don't know if it's a bug. I really don't care because I love WordPress. I'm not going to say anything bad about them. But basically, you'd have to go to screen. You uncheck comments and click discussion. And don't close this little window, but scroll down. And then this window should magically appear. If it doesn't, you want to try closing it. Then you open it again. And then you try clicking comments and not discussion. And then scrolling. Oh, see, it's gone now. It's gone. It's gone. So if you don't click discussion, that little window will not pop up. So you have to basically click discussions and don't close it, and then that window magically appears. It's kind of goofy, and I don't know if that's a bug. I don't know what it is. But like I said, I love WordPress, and I don't want to say anything bad about them. Now, I did have a lot of spam comments. If you want to see review your comments, you go to the comment section, and your comments will appear here. So just to wrap this up really quickly, in the interest of time, now we have to ask, is it ever okay to spam? Let's face it, you want to get your Google rank boosted so that people can come to your site. When is it okay to spam? In my opinion, it's never okay to spam, but if you add value to someone's site, then it's okay to put a link on your site. If I come to your website and I start answering questions on your website to help people out, and it also boosts you up because people are going to start coming to your site, then I'm going to post a link to my website on your website. I think that's okay. Let me know what you think. At any rate, that's the end of this webcast. Any questions, comments, concerns, send email to busy386. Thank you for your time.